Hey folks, welcome to week 3 of our celebration of Never Scream It 101. My name's Trent, I'm sitting here with Betsy.
Hey everybody.
Of course, you already know, you're in the middle of Never Scream It the entire month of October, and we're running a promotion over on our Patreon at patreon.com/neverseenitpod, where everybody who signs up in the month of October gets a discount.
Never Scream It 101 is our monthly show where we cover all things horror, focusing on a different subgenre of horror every single month. The last few weeks we featured clips from lessons 1 through 4, and this week we're going to lessons 5 and 6.
That's right, lesson 5 featured the master of the body horror movie. We covered David Cronenberg's Videodrome from 1983.
Then the next month we took things overseas to cover an Italian horror movie because we were featuring our subgenre Giallo with Dario Argento's 1977 classic Suspiria.
So if you're interested in these episodes or our entire catalog, go to patreon.com/neverseenitpod, where new members can get themselves a discount for their first month. So please enjoy the following complimentary clips from these episodes.
They are trying to radicalize people, but they're just kind of driving everybody insane. And he's the first one that hasn't gone insane, question mark?
Yeah, so they're kind of experimenting with how the thing works, because the Oblivion guy, he grew a tumor because of it, and the tumor was telling him what to do, and he was killed as a result. I don't know if that's a fact or not. That's my interpretation. But they say that there were other people who went basically mentally mad as a result of all of these other experiments, and the James Woods character, Max, he's the only one that hasn't gone completely mad. So they put this big fucking helmet on him to record his hallucinations. And at that point, we go into a hallucination and witness him whipping a television who he thinks is Debbie Harry, but then turns into an old woman who ends up in his bed, tied up and gagged.
Except
but then
she didn't.
What the fuck is this fucking movie, Betsy?
Well, at the very, very brief amount of information there is on IMDb, I just read all of it because it's not a lot.
There's not.
They say something about once you watch Videodrome, you get a tumor, and the tumor makes you hallucinate. And we, the viewers, watch Videodrome at the same time he does.
Yep.
So the implication is we too are part of the hallucination for the whole rest of the movie. And
Yeah.
it's all about like questioning your reality. And like, I get it. Like, I understand the themes that we're playing with here.
Yeah.
And I've even heard that phrase, long live the new flesh. Don't know where I picked that one up.
Oh, sure. I've heard the same thing. Still don't know what the fuck it means.
But yeah, it's the execution where I understand the need to watch this more than once because I'm just a little bit confused.
Yeah, I know there's a whole lot of subtext here, but I fully believe that there needed to be more fucking text, actual text.
Yeah.
What the hell are you trying to say, David Cronenberg?
I consider myself a fairly smart movie watcher, but I felt real dumb watching this.
We have
movie.
covered over 400 movies for our various shows. This is maybe the movie I am most confused by at first glance.
At first glance.
Yeah. Now, at the beginning of this, you mentioned that this movie has, again, undertones of social commentary about like what the internet has become, and in this case, social media. Those were the things that I was pulling out here because early on during the interview where he's on this talk show with the Debbie Harry character and the Oblivion guy in the TV box on the set, which was a weird thing, and he's being interviewed about his television station. And of course, this is the 80s and 90s era where everybody's complaining about, oh, we really shouldn't have so much sex and violence on TV. And again, this is very, very early cable and satellite availability for people in their own home. This is also around the time when you could finally get tapes. In this movie, they're Betamax tapes, but VHS was also still very much a thing. But what the guy in the box was saying is something to the effect of, soon all of us will have specialized names and we're essentially going to live in the tube. And you could completely extrapolate that sentiment to what we are living today, in that all of us, for the most part, have our own identities online.
So I assumed from the beginning that we're doing supernatural because it's like a
Yeah.
hairy arm with creepy nails getting her.
And there's the fucking yellow eyes. Yeah.
So my expectation is somebody here is not what they seem. And they don't really explore too many options as to who it could be or why they're like this. And then along the way, the stuff that is creepy, like the rotten meat with all the worms, it's just something to be creepy.
Yeah.
Like truly, it doesn't have anything to do with anything. When Sarah goes up into the attic and that person is up there, we don't know who they are. We don't know why they're there. There are things that they don't explain.
Yeah.
But the way they film it and the way they set it up and the way it plays out, I found it effective. I found it creepy. And I was like
Absolutely.
holding my breath and getting worked up going, what the fuck is going to happen next?
I'm not saying that the creepiness doesn't come through the screen. I'm totally there with you. What I'm saying here is that they could have made this so much better if they had a through line for all of these things that are happening. Why are they killing all of these people? At no time do they explain why.
Okay, so the first person discovers the secret. She knows that these people are witches. She found their secret room behind the iris. That is why they kill her, because they can't let her get away with the knowledge that she has.
Okay, that's
Simple
number one.
enough. Okay, then you've got this creepy Victorian boy with his bowl haircut who looks like he walked out of an 1800s painting. He did something to the dog, and the dog freaked the fuck out. And then because the dog freaked out, they had to kill the blind guy.
Yeah.
Whose seeing eye dog it was. And they basically just incited violence within the dog to kill his owner.
But why?
Because
sorry.
that's just a vendetta. Like, that's literally just the dog attacked the little boy. We don't even see it because we're not going to go down that road in this movie, I guess. We're doing violent things, but biting the little boy is too much. So I think it's literally as simple as that. The woman, the directress,
Yep.
she says this is her nephew. So this little boy, this creepy possessed child with the blonde hair, he is important to her. Thus, by the dog attacking him, now she needs to get vengeance against him. Like, I don't think it's more complicated than that. I think it's literally, you bit my nephew. Time to die. How do you like it? How do you like being bitten?
Seriously, I mean, I can see a much better movie with the pieces that they have in front of us, okay? If they were to have set up a reason why any of this is happening, if you chose maybe a better supernatural entity other than witches, if you gave a backstory to this entire thing other than a very tossed up scene with Udo Kier out of fucking nowhere, if you gave it a little bit more in the writing, I would have been behind this movie 100%.